Hello, I'm Nani from Booties and Bonnets, and I'm so glad to see you again. I've got my three little girls here. Um, I was feeling rather gloomy this weekend because we got 20 inches of snow in Wisconsin. Um, I think we broke a record. And I just was feeling springy today. I thought I really need to dress my babies in spring clothes, which as you can see they have their bright colored outfits, and Violet has a little more of a more pastel colors. Um, but I thought after getting 20 inches of snow and digging out, I was ready for something springy. So as you can see in the background here, I purchased this, and I got it at a thrift store, and it's got a little owl, a pink owl with a yellow beak, and she has like a little white flower on her head, and I've got a little blue bird here with a pink wing. I love that blue. It's kind of an aqua blue, so it's very bright. I love the bright colors on this little, I think it's a pad you put on the floor for the baby to lay on, but I just loved it. And then there's tree branches coming out with green leaves. The leaves are kind of neon color, kind of bright green. And then we've got a little ladybug down here, and she's pink with yellow dots or circles, and so I associate all this with spring and summer. I thought, well, it just cheered me up today, and I bought it at a thrift store. I think it was like $2.50. I thought that was a bargain. I couldn't have done any better than that, and I just love the bright colors. So anyway, so I thought I'd use that as my background today. And I've got little Violet over here. She's my little preemie baby, and she's wearing a long sleeve shirt with little hearts, and it's got 3 hearts on the front. I think she's really sweet. She was the first baby I painted, and she's a preemie. So there's little Violet. And then I've got Charlotte over here, and she's wearing a t-shirt that says "Hug Me." Look at that, and it's got a little tree, and hug me, the word hug me has all different, each letter has a different color, so there's like a green and a pink and a blue, and I thought that was so cute. And then there's polka dots on each of the letters, and it says "Hug Me." We all like that word, hug me, don't we? Sometimes we all need that, and babies especially love to be hugged. Little babies do. So there she is, and I bought these hair bands today, and she's wearing a little white one with a white flower, and it's got like a real sparkly jewel in the middle, and I think she looks so sweet in that. So she's wearing kind of a fluorescent green outfit, 2-piece outfit. I like to bargain hunt. I go all over the place, and I'm always looking for cute outfits for my babies. And I already have 8 or 9 reborns, and of course my family is saying, okay, enough is enough, no more reborns. But so I think I better kind of enjoy the ones I've got. And I don't know, it is pretty addictive. I think some of you have found that out, that we just love our babies, and we just keep wanting to have more and more. So anyway, here's little Isabel, and she's sound asleep. I painted her. When I first got her, she was a little pale and everything, and I repainted her. And so she had a little more color, which I really like, and I painted her hair. So these 2 were my first ones that I had, that I purchased, and I've been kind of gradually adding to my collection. So, and then we've got little Rose over here, and she's wearing a pink, yellow headband thing with a yellow flower, and she looks oh so cute. And I got this two-piece outfit. It's got a Tweety bird on it, which I love Tweety bird, baby Tweet. And as a little girl, I always used to love watching Tweety bird, the Looney Tune shows. And Tweety bird always got into all sorts of mischief, which I thought she was just so cute. So there's little Tweety bird, and she's wearing kind of a yellowish, yellow two-piece outfit with little flowers, lavender and pink, and it buttons down the front. And I purchased these little booties she's wearing. Oh, little Rose. They're kind of peachy color and yellow, and they look like they're knitted or crocheted. I'm not sure, but I've always loved booties on babies, so I decided to put booties on little Rose. So anyway, my babies have been very good lately, but I think they're ready for summer to come, spring and summer. It's been a long winter. And after this weekend, I think we've had enough snow. We've had more than enough. And of course, we've got little Duck here that we associate with spring. So he's sitting over there. So anyway, I wanted to show you what I bought here. I just love this background with the bright colors. I know we all like to bargain hunt and find special things that we like. And especially for each season, there's always goodies that we can find for every season that we find. So anyway, I thought today I was going to show you a book here. Oh, first of all, I found this little book, and this was my daughter's when she was little. And I actually made it for her because I read a lot about how babies can recognize faces. And so when she was about 6 months old, I made this for her, and I cut out baby pictures, or baby pictures from like magazines. And my daughter would just page through this and loved it. Her eyes would just get so big, and I think babies do. They recognize faces, even when they're newborn. They recognize their mommy when they're first born. So here's the little book that I made for her, and it's got many baby pictures. It's got all different ages. I thought when I cut out the pictures, I wanted different ages so that you would see them. And there's a little girl with a ballerina outfit, and here's a little girl sucking her thumb. My daughter used to suck her thumb until she was about a year old, or even almost 2, and she finally gave it up. But I've heard that babies that suck their thumb are very content babies. So I don't know if any of you have your children, if you have children, if they ever suck their thumb. But anyway, there's a little girl sucking her thumb. And then there's I'll put it down here so you can see my babies. Here's a little boy, a little girl playing with the cash register. It was a little toy cash register. And the neat thing is that I use different colors of construction paper, because babies, apparently, they can see color. So I tried to make it kind of bright. And here's a little boy with a big chef's hat, and he looks like he's ready to cook. And then we've got a little girl learning her shapes, and she must be about 4 or 5 years old, or maybe 3 or 4. And then we got we got a couple other little pictures here of babies. I thought they were so cute. But yeah, when my kids were little, I read a lot about what children liked, and I came up with my own ideas of what to create for them. And here's some more babies. And they say bright colors are really important, that babies like to see bright colors. So, oh, and there's another baby. Oh, he looks like a happy little boy. He looks like he's waving. Look at that smile. He looks like the Sunny Sculpt. And here's my daughter and my son when they were little, as you can see. boy, they were so photogenic, and they still are, of course. But my daughter was maybe around 5 years old. No, she was about 3, and my son was 6 months there, 6 or 8 months. So he was just a little guy. But, oh, my daughter, she was the best sister to him. I mean, she was like, she helped me so much when he was born. And even at age 3, she was mommy's helper. She loved to help me out a lot. So there they are. And of course, I always took them to Penny's or Sears to have their portrait taken. And the photographs were not that expensive, which is nice. That's a nice thing about taking them there. Oh, and here's some more baby pictures. There's a little boy playing with little colored balls. And here's a little girl holding her little teddy bear. I forget what the name of that teddy bear was. Teddy Rugskin or Rupskin or something like that. So if you know what it is, let me know. But anyway, she really loved this book, and I kept it. And I didn't have to pay much for it. I enjoyed cutting out baby pictures and putting it together for her. So, oh, and there's even a kitty cat. I guess babies like to look at pets also. They like kitties and doggies and everything. So there we go. So, if you've, what kind of ideas did you come up with if you have children, as your kids were growing up, if you want to share something of what things you came up with, or what you like to do with your babies when they were little, your children, make sure to comment down below. I'd love to hear what you did with your children. So anyway, I'll leave the book over here. Oh, there. Leave it by the ducky. And I've got this book called Reflections from a Mother's Heart. And I've heard, I'm very much into journaling and writing about my past and everything. It really helps, and it's neat to kind of look back at your childhood and that, and remember things. And so anyway, I think my mom gave me this, or I bought it, and I was hoping someday to give it to my children. I think they would really like that. But it's got many questions in it. And I thought today I would answer this question. And if you'd like to share, maybe as a tag, I wouldn't mind if you'd like to share some of your answers to this question, or this statement. It says, recall for me some of the most important lessons you have learned in life. First of all, I wrote, enjoy each day, because as the Bible says, let us be glad, because this is the day that the Lord has made. My grandfather always enjoyed each day. I remember taking walks, and he'd look at each little detail. He took time to look at things around us. If we took a walk, it wasn't like we were rushing through things. And he would talk about things, and I mean, he's one person that I think really enjoyed life to its fullest. And he passed away when he was like in his late 80s. But oh my gosh, he just enjoyed life every moment, every day, even difficult situations. He always looked at the bright side of things. And that really helped. I mean, it taught us a lot, taught his grandchildren about life and to enjoy it. So I wrote, another one I wrote is, happiness comes from within, and nobody can make me happy except myself. I think too often we think that everybody else is making us unhappy, but it's how we view the world. In our heart, I mean, how we view it, that's how we're going to feel. So I think we have to really look at enjoy life and look at the happy things, the joyful things about life, even though there are many sad things. So make sure that my motto is to look within myself and see what makes me happy, and that nobody else is going to make me happy. I mean, they can help make me happy, but I'm the one who has to make the decision how I'm going to feel. Okay, don't take things personally. I know I've struggled with this, where if somebody doesn't like me or doesn't talk to me anymore, or maybe they look at me differently, I think it's something in me, and I've come to realize it's not that, it's how I'm perceiving the situation. So I just kind of remind myself maybe this person is having a not such a good day or something. So do not take things personally. Just keep moving, and if you make a mistake, just learn from it. And so that's how I feel about that one. Surround myself with positive people. I think we all like to be around people that make us happy. And I know if I start looking at things that are depressing, it makes me very sad, and I start reacting to them. So I even turn off the news sometimes. It's like, enough is enough. I don't want to hear any more bad things. I like to listen to happy things, joyful things, whether it's the birth of a child, or somebody's anniversary, or somebody did something positive in the community. That's really important. Faith in God has made me a stronger person. Ever since once I got married and had children, faith really became important in my life, and I think God has a bigger purpose for us in life. And it has to grow over time, though. I mean, you have to read your Bible, and it doesn't just happen overnight. So faith is something that grows with you, and I truly believe that prayer is really important in our lives. I think God does listen to what we have to say. So to me, God is probably the most important superpower in the world for me. I mean, sometimes I listen to Him if I need advice. It's good I listen and see what He has to tell me. So listen to your heart. Only I know what's best for me. So yeah, our heart really tells us a lot. Sometimes we have to think before we say something, or if we get up in the morning and we're thinking, oh, this day is going to be a horrible day. Well, that's how it's going to turn out. So changing our heart, the way we see things, I think will make our day more joyful and happy. And how can we change the world in a positive way? I think that's a good way of looking at it. If you're not happy with something, what can we do about it to make it more positive? So really, what's in our heart, nobody else knows what's in our heart. Only we know what's in our heart. So don't be afraid to try new things. I know I've always been afraid of, sometimes I've been afraid of new situations, and I just tell myself, what's the worst thing that can happen? If it doesn't work out, I just don't do it again. So I've learned to not be afraid to try new things, go places. I know driving is not one of my favorite things. Driving long distances by myself, it really scares me, and I think, and I have to overcome that fear, and but it's been a big journey for me as far as that. And we all have things we're afraid of, and that we're afraid of trying, but it's good to try things. If you believe that you can do them, you can do them. So friends come and go, but family stays forever. Growing up, I know my mom and dad used to say, You can have all the friends in the world, but family is going to stay with you forever. They're going to love you no matter what. They're going to, they're not going to leave. They're going to want to stay with you. So just keep that connection with your family. It's so important for us to keep that connection. They're the ones that, our parents are the ones that brought us into this world, and so even if we don't always agree with what they did or said or that, we still have to love them. And so love is a very powerful thing. And so keep a positive relationship with your family and even your brothers and sisters. So anyway, those are some of the most important lessons that I've learned in my life. If you want to answer if you can recall some of the most important lessons you have learned in your life that you'd like to share, please comment down below, or you can make a video if you feel comfortable. So anyway, I just thought I'd share that. My babies are all so happy here. Yep, they're all sweet. I'm loving playing with my reborns. Boy, they just bring so much joy. And this little Violet, she's so sweet. Yeah, she's a tiny little thing. See, she's just little. She's just little, but she's like a little preemie size. And I know I have a twin brother, and we were premature. We were born prematurely, so we were only like 30 weeks along, maybe 35 weeks along, but we were like 4 pounds each. So she's my little preemie. And anyway, I'm enjoying my babies, and I hope you're all enjoying your dolls. And thank you for joining me today. And enjoy. Just think spring is here, even though it's hard to believe in Wisconsin that it is, but it is here. And please comment, do a tag on this if you'd like, some of the things that you learned in life that were valuable to you, or that you have learned in your life. So thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you do another video in a couple days, or in a few days. So take care, and thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.